On the edge of a desolate, frozen wasteland, at the end of February 1959, 9 young Soviet hikers vanished without a trace. And what followed was one of the strangest mysteries of the 20th century. Their story started like many other expeditions. 9 experienced skiers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, set out to conquer Otorten, a 1,600-meter peak in the northern Ural Mountains. Their plan involved setting up camp near the pass and returning after a few days. But 2 days later, their friends back in Sochi did not hear from them as expected, so a rescue party set off to find them. What they discovered was beyond anything they could have imagined. They reached the hikers' camp on February, and the scene that greeted them was surreal. The tent lay in a clearing, slashed open as if its occupants had fled in terror during the freezing night. Outside lay a terrifying sight, tracks in the snow showing that 4 had left barefoot or only wearing socks, while the other 5 had fled in different directions. There was no sign of a struggle, nor any indication why they had abandoned their camp. The temperature that night had dropped to -30 degrees Celsius. It was a race against time to find the missing before it was too late. Following the scant clues, searchers found the first body near the tent, then 2 more further into the woods. All 3 showed no signs of life. As they neared the second tent site, a disturbing realization dawned on them. These hikers weren't just lost. They had faced something that froze them with primal fear, driving them to abandon their shelter in the dead of a freezing winter night. More than 6 decades later, the Dyatlov case remains unsolved. No single theory can explain all the evidence, and the true cause of their deaths remains unknown. But as researchers uncover more details about the case, the picture becomes clearer. In this remote area of northwest Russia, located deep within the thickly forested and perpetually snow-covered Ural Mountains, a small group of skiers braved frigid temperatures and treacherous terrain in pursuit of adventure. The group consisted of seasoned hikers with experience navigating the rugged landscapes of the region. In fact, 7 of the 9 had completed similar expeditions together. Their ages ranged from 23 to 37 years old, which made the suddenness of their deaths even more shocking. When the Soviet investigation team arrived at the site, they found something unusual: a tent cut open as if from the inside. This detail alone suggested that the hikers had fled in terror from something lurking inside the tent. Yet the surrounding area revealed no immediate danger, leading investigators to suspect that the threat might have originated outside. As the probe continued, several anomalies came to light. The hikers had seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving behind no trace of their whereabouts. While the surrounding terrain offered no clues, a closer examination of the tents provided a breakthrough. Investigators discovered traces of a violent struggle on the tent's inner walls. Eyewitnesses reported that the nylon fabric had been torn with such force that it resembled a spiderweb. This evidence corroborated the theory that the hikers had panicked and fled their tent in the middle of the night. But what had caused such a desperate reaction? To understand the mystery further, we must delve deeper into the perplexing circumstances surrounding their deaths. What exactly was it that drove these experienced adventurers to abandon their tent in the heart of a freezing night? One compelling theory revolves around the possibility that the group stumbled upon a hidden body while on their expedition. The discovery of a corpse could have sparked panic and irrational behavior, especially considering the remote location and limited resources for preserving human remains. Faced with the grim reality of a potential outbreak, the group may have resorted to extreme measures to escape the perceived contamination. Another intriguing hypothesis suggests that the hikers encountered remnants of a World War II German encampment while traversing the dense woodlands. The psychological impact of discovering such remnants could have been profound, potentially evoking a sense of unease and fear that led to their frantic actions. However, The most captivating theory proposes that the hikers unwittingly trespassed onto a clandestine military testing ground. The vast and desolate landscape of the Urals offers a secluded setting for covert operations, making it plausible that the group stumbled into a highly classified zone. If true, their subsequent actions would have been a desperate attempt to evade detection and ensure their own safety. The existence of these undisclosed military activities lends credence to this theory, underscoring the potential consequences of unsuspecting trespassers. In fact, an account from a local man who preferred to remain anonymous shed light on a previously undisclosed aspect of the incident. According to him, a column of military vehicles rumbled through the region shortly after the hikers' disappearance. While their presence might seem coincidental, it also raises questions about the true nature of the hikers' demise. Upon closer inspection, 4 of the bodies exhibited physical anomalies that defied conventional explanation. 2 individuals were found almost naked, devoid of clothing except for their socks, suggesting a desperate attempt to escape the clutches of hypothermia. Meanwhile, the remaining 2 displayed inexplicable injuries, including broken ribs and fractured skulls, all without any external wounds. As medical professionals grappled to comprehend these unusual injuries, 2 of the bodies presented another enigma. Upon analysis, their clothing contained notably high levels of radiation. This unsettling discovery hinted at a possible connection between the hikers' deaths and dangerous levels of radiation. However, the official Soviet investigation yielded a puzzling conclusion, attributing the hikers' deaths to an unknown natural force. This enigmatic explanation not only failed to shed light on the incident, but also fueled speculation about a potential cover-up. In a bid to unravel the truth, researchers have proposed a myriad of theories ranging from avalanches and wild animal attacks to secret military testing and the use of infrasound weapons. The infrasound weapon theory posits that the hikers may have been affected by low-frequency sound waves capable of inducing feelings of dread and panic, potentially explaining their frantic actions. However, another compelling theory suggests that the group encountered a phenomenon known as the hum, a low-frequency noise that has been reported in various locations worldwide. This hum is often described as unsettling and persistent, capable of inducing stress and anxiety in those who hear it. Furthermore, the remoteness of the location and the desolate weather conditions have led some to believe that the hikers may have fallen victim to a rare form of snow blindness known as Antarctic ophthalmia. This condition can cause severe pain, inflammation, and temporary blindness, potentially leading to disorientation and irrational behavior. As the investigation delved deeper into the hikers' final moments, researchers uncovered more harrowing details. The group had left behind their cameras, binoculars, and other essential equipment, suggesting that they were in a state of utter panic. Additionally, a thorough examination of the bodies revealed that 2 of them had sustained serious internal injuries, hinting at a violent struggle just before their deaths. Adding another layer of complexity to the case, the discovery of a nearby military base has raised suspicions about a possible cover-up. The presence of the base and the subsequent removal of the bodies for further examination left many unanswered questions in its wake. Decades after the tragedy struck, the release of declassified documents has shed new light on the Dyatlov case, offering a deeper understanding of the events that transpired. The hikers had planned to scale a nearby peak when they were unexpectedly joined by 2 strangers who suggested a different route, one that would lead them to the very spot where their lives would tragically end. The decision to follow the strangers proved fatal. The unfamiliar path took them to an isolated area where a sudden avalanche trapped and suffocated the hikers, causing their untimely demise. However, the story takes a bizarre turn as post-mortem examinations revealed that none of the hikers had any external injuries consistent with an avalanche. Despite this anomaly, the official investigation concluded that the hikers had perished due to an unknown compelling natural force, leaving the true cause of their deaths shrouded in mystery. The case of the Dyatlov Pass remains one of the most perplexing, unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. The combination of unexplainable circumstances, strange occurrences, and inconsistencies in the official narrative has led to countless theories and speculation over the years. While the declassified documents shed light on certain aspects of the tragedy, they also introduced new elements that defy easy explanation. The hikers' decision to heed the advice of strangers, the sudden change in their planned route, and the absence of physical evidence supporting the avalanche theory have all contributed to the enduring enigma of the Dyatlov case. As researchers continue to probe the depths of this chilling mystery, they are confronted by a haunting realization. Despite the passage of time and countless theories, the truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident may forever remain elusive, leaving us to grapple with the unsettling notion that some events defy human comprehension. The Dyatlov Pass incident continues to captivate and terrify us with its eerie details and baffling uncertainties. The physical evidence combined with eyewitness accounts creates a chilling portrait of a harrowing ordeal, leaving us to wonder about the unimaginable horrors that may lurk in the desolate landscapes of our world. What do you think happened at Dyatlov Pass? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.